Shalom, and welcome back to my channel. So I've been thinking recently because I'm a big fan of Gregorian chant and I listen to like these very nice vocals of these men and women that just give their heart and soul to singing their praises to God. And I look into the comments and I'm just like, huh, for some reason they sound like they're a bunch of occult people, or like this is for like a horror movie, or it's like something evil or drastic about it. And I'm like, why is that? Why have we taken something so beautiful as like a chant of praise, even if it's in a different language like Latin or Hebrew or something like that, just any ancient language, and all of a sudden you make it into like, oh, this is blasphemous because it is like against like the Christian belief. And as a Christian myself, and most people, there are some people that don't even call me a Christian just because I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I mean, come on. Why is that? Why do we not like, and there, why do we not like these things? And in different regards, why is it that like religion is being viewed as like a tool of just being like made for like a horror movie on one end, or maybe a very cheesy like get saved quick scheme, you know? Why isn't that? Honestly, I have no idea. And I'm a big fan of like understanding different religions for the most part. As you can see, I am a very big fan of researching all sorts of religions and even adapting them into my lifestyle. Now, understand the path that I walk to find these things, I take with very light footsteps, despite being a heavy man myself. But that being said, I've learned that there are different ways that people are able to reach out to God in different forms of prayer. I mean, I love the way the Muslims do their prayer ritual every every day for 5 times, even on a Friday. And I love the, what would you call it, the tefillin and the talits for the Hebrew, for the Jewish. And I love the cassocks for the Roman Catholics. And I love everything that my church has to offer. And I love things that the Buddhists have to offer. There are so many things that each part of the world has. Pieces of truth coming together. Obviously, I can sit here and claim that I have the whole truth, but it's it's an interesting line to follow because, well, even if you have truth in whatever gospel that you have, and even if you have full clarity, you don't have all the knowledge in the world right there. Knowledge is given line upon line, here a little, there a little. And yes, people make mistakes. And yes, man has directed things to go one way when God wants it to go another way. But at the same time, He prepares us for truth and He prepares us for the knowledge that we are to receive sometime in our lives. For example, take the time when Moses was up on Mount Sinai. He was given the original law. That was supposed to be the higher law. That was supposed to be for everyone to sacrifice a broken heart and a contrite spirit. Animal sacrifice was going to be no more at that point. Until, for some gosh darned reason, the children of Israel frankly rebelled and worshipped a calf. A freaking golden calf. Not even a bull, not even a cow, just a calf. Why? Frankly, I have no idea. And I don't even want to know at this point. But you know what Moses did when he went down? He he was angry and he killed a lot of people out of it. Out of just out of the kind of justice that God gives when he has his wrath. Better to, I don't know. I don't know how God does things like that. But I know he has a reason for everything and he has a reason for everyone. And it's our duty to choose what we do with ourselves in that moment. So, with that said, he breaks the plates. He breaks the plates. The people of Israel, the children of Israel, are sorry. So he goes back up again. He's like, okay, I'm ready to receive the law. And then God tells him, here's the thing, I'm not going to give you the same law that I gave you when you came up here the first time. Instead, I'll give you a more carnal law, a law that requires more to sacrifice, that has different practices, different measures, different steps that on how you could be able to believe. And yes, I will keep those eternal principles in that law, but you will have to take serious precaution as to how you do things. And thus the law of Moses was established as such. Of course, that's just my perspective on the whole thing. You can interpret it however you want. I mean, really? I don't see no reason why not to question. That's just how I've been able to come up with the answer for it. That being said, I know for a fact that God has a reason for religion, ritual, for the way that we worship, the hymns that we sing. And yes, it doesn't have to be modern music, and it doesn't have to be ancient music, but it does have to be from the heart. A song of the righteous is a prayer unto me, saith God. So if that be the case, then by all means sing as loud as you want. Give your joys as much as you can. Of course, there are times where you have to be silent. Like, I remember when I was at the temple, like as a young as a young kid, I was singing I was singing while I was getting ready to go home. And it was hilarious because I was like, oh, I didn't know we were supposed to be quiet the entire time, you know? Or at least whisper if we want conversation. But that being said, I was just so naively filled with the Spirit. Isn't that just a lovely thing, though? If you were just be like, to know that you've done such a good work for, like a good worship for God, that you just want to stand there and sing. I know, I felt that way, and being autistic, I love doing those kinds of things. But I know there's a time and place for everything. And I want you to know that God is very proud of who you are and whom you've become. But at the same time, if you feel ashamed of yourself, don't worry. There is still a way. And there is a way to reach out to God. You're not defective. You're not too broken. You know what God does to broken people? He fixes them with gold. He uses gold to fix your broken vessel. Think about that. That makes you more valuable. And the more times you break, the more gold he's going to keep putting on as long as you reach out to God to fix it. You can't just say like, "Oh, God's going to fix me in the end, you know. I'm just going to keep doing what I do." No. You have to come to him and say, "I messed up." And ask for forgiveness. And you know what? If you feel like you've been wronged in this situation, like a whole bunch of people have, that's another way for you. There's another way for you to be fixed from that. Because literally, like, God has a way of mending the broken heart and fixing what is broken with gold or with whatever precious metal. And you are worth everything. So, with all that said, I hope you have a good day, alright? So, I will hopefully upload more videos next time because I finally was able to get my settlement cleared up. Well, settlement, I don't know what I'm talking about. Get this laptop into my room so I could be able to record it. That's what I was talking about. So with that set in mind, I will see you guys later. Ciao.